Have you ever wondered how to truly know if your partner is emotionally connected to you? It's easy to fall for someone because of physical attraction or the initial spark, but true emotional intimacy goes so much deeper. When a man is genuinely emotionally connected, it's not just about the cute gestures or sweet words. It's about the little things he does to show his care, understanding, and investment in your relationship. Here's the thing. You don't need to guess if your partner truly values you emotionally. There are unmistakable signs that make it crystal clear. These signs aren't about grand gestures or superficial acts. They're in the small, meaningful actions that reveal just how deeply he's invested in you. Imagine this. He remembers the tiny, almost forgotten details about you. The way you like your coffee, the memory of a childhood story you shared, or your favorite song that always lifts your mood. These little things aren't just things he remembers by accident. No, he pays attention because he cares. This kind of attentiveness is a sign that he's truly present and emotionally engaged in your life. Then, there's the way he listens to you. I'm talking about the deep, uninterrupted listening, where he's not distracted or thinking about what he's going to say next. When he listens intently and makes you feel heard, it's an indication that he's emotionally available, ready to connect with you on a level that goes beyond words. But it doesn't stop there. He's also genuinely interested in your dreams, goals, and passions. He wants to know what excites you, what makes you tick, and where you see yourself in the future. This curiosity isn't about getting to know you just to impress you. It's about supporting your journey and cheering you on along the way. He's your biggest supporter, not just in the small everyday moments, but in your long-term aspirations. And here's the kicker. Even when he's going through his own stressful days, he checks on you. He's busy, maybe overwhelmed, but he still takes a moment to make sure you're okay. It's in these moments that you realize how much he truly values your well-being. You're never just an afterthought to him. But perhaps the most telling sign is when he opens up about his own fears, vulnerabilities, and struggles. A man who's emotionally connected doesn't shy away from being vulnerable with you. He trusts you with his deepest insecurities and emotions, knowing that your connection is built on a foundation of trust and mutual understanding. When he shares his inner world, it's because he knows your safe space for his raw, unfiltered self. You'll also notice that he makes sacrifices, even in the smallest ways, just to make sure you're happy. Maybe he gives up plans with his friends to spend time with you, or takes the time to take care of you when you need him most. These sacrifices may not always be obvious, but they speak volumes about his commitment to your happiness and comfort. And finally, a man who's emotionally connected to you is already thinking about the future. He talks openly about his dreams and plans, and most importantly, he includes you in that vision. He sees you as an essential part of his life, and he wants to build something lasting with you. When he values emotional intimacy just as much, if not more, than physical affection, that's when you know you've found something special. He's not just interested in the surface-level aspects of the relationship. He's invested in nurturing your bond at every level. These signs show a man who is fully present, deeply connected, and genuinely invested in your happiness. So, if you see these signs in your relationship, hold onto them tight. They are the foundation of something truly meaningful. You deserve a connection built on emotional depth, and when you find that, it's a relationship that can weather any storm and grow stronger with each passing day. 1. He remembers small details about you that you didn't expect him to. When someone is emotionally connected to you, they don't just hear what you say, they truly listen. This means they notice the little things about you, even the ones you might not consider important. Maybe you once casually mentioned your favorite childhood snack, or how you always wanted to visit a certain place, and weeks later, he surprises you by bringing that snack or planning a conversation around that dream trip. These moments aren't just thoughtful gestures, they're signs of deep emotional attention. It shows that he values not just your presence, but also the essence of who you are. He doesn't just focus on surface-level traits, he pays attention to your quirks, habits, and preferences, because those details matter to him. Even in a crowded conversation, he picks up on the smallest things you say, proving he's truly invested in knowing you beyond the obvious. When a man remembers these subtle details, it's a reflection of how much space you occupy in his mind. It's not about grand gestures, but the quiet, consistent acknowledgement of what makes you uniquely you. This kind of connection creates a foundation of trust and comfort, making you feel truly seen and appreciated. 2. He actively listens and makes you feel heard during conversations. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he doesn't just wait for his turn to speak. He genuinely listens. During conversations, you'll notice he's fully present, giving you his undivided attention. Whether you're sharing a small detail about your day or opening up about something deeply personal, he's there, engaged, and responsive. He doesn't interrupt, dismiss, or make you feel like your words don't matter. Instead, he asks thoughtful questions, remembers what you've said before, and validates your feelings. For instance, if you're venting about a tough situation at work, he doesn't jump to offer solutions right away unless you ask. Instead, he empathizes, saying things like, "That sounds really stressful. I can't imagine how hard that must be for you." This shows he's not just hearing your words, he's connecting with your emotions. His body language also reflects this connection. He makes eye contact, nods occasionally, and doesn't let distractions like his phone take over. He makes you feel like your voice is valued and your thoughts are important. This kind of active listening builds trust and strengthens your emotional bond, leaving you feeling understood and supported in a way that goes far beyond the surface. 3. He's genuinely interested in your dreams, goals, and aspirations. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he cares about more than just the here and now. He's invested in your future. He doesn't just ask about your dreams, goals, or aspirations to make conversation. He's genuinely interested in what drives you, what you're passionate about, and where you see yourself in the future. He'll want to know what excites you, what challenges you, and what you're working toward. If you talk about wanting to start a new business, learn a skill, or achieve a big career milestone, he listens attentively and asks questions to understand why it matters to you. He remembers the details of your ambitions and even follows up later to check on your progress. More than that, he actively supports you in reaching your goals. Whether it's encouraging words, helping you brainstorm ideas, or just being your biggest cheerleader, he shows that your success matters to him. He doesn't compete with you or belittle your aspirations. Instead, he takes pride in your ambitions and wants to be part of your journey. This interest isn't just a passing curiosity. It's a reflection of his deep emotional connection with you and his desire to see you thrive. 4. He checks on you even when he's busy or stressed himself. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he prioritizes your well-being, even when life gets hectic for him. Despite his busy schedule or personal stress, he takes the time to check in on you. It could be a simple text asking how your day is going, a quick call to make sure you're okay, or even a thoughtful message to let you know he's thinking about you. This gesture shows that he cares about you not just when things are easy, but also when his own life is demanding. His willingness to reach out during challenging times reflects his commitment to your relationship and his deep emotional connection. Even when he's swamped, he doesn't want you to feel neglected or alone. What makes this even more special is that he doesn't expect anything in return. He doesn't check on you because he needs something from you. He checks on you because he genuinely wants to know how you're doing, to make sure you're all right, and to offer support in whatever way he can. This consistency, even when things aren't perfect, strengthens the emotional bond and makes you feel valued, cared for, and understood. 5. He shares his deepest fears and vulnerabilities with you. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he doesn't just share the surface-level parts of his life. He opens up about his deepest fears and vulnerabilities. These are the moments when he lets down his guard, showing you the raw, unfiltered sides of himself that he might not show anyone else. He might talk about past experiences that have shaped him, or the fears he's carried with him throughout life. Whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or something more personal, he trusts you enough to reveal his insecurities. This isn't about seeking pity or sympathy. It's about creating a space of emotional intimacy where he feels safe to be his authentic self. By sharing his vulnerabilities, he shows that he values you as a confidant and a source of emotional support. It's a sign that he's comfortable enough in your presence to be real, without the need to pretend everything is perfect. This level of openness creates a deeper bond as you become someone he can lean on during moments of uncertainty or fear. It also demonstrates that he respects and trusts you, knowing you'll hold his vulnerabilities with care and understanding. 6. He prioritizes spending quality time with you over superficial activities. ChatGPT. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he chooses meaningful moments over shallow distractions. Instead of filling his time with endless activities or just being present physically, he wants to spend quality time with you. It's not about what you do, but the fact that he wants to be with you, fully engaged and connected. You'll notice he actively seeks out opportunities to create memories with you, whether it's going for a quiet walk, having deep conversations over dinner, or simply enjoying a cozy night in. He understands that the value of time spent together isn't in how extravagant or exciting the activity is, but in the emotional connection that comes from truly being present with each other. Even when he has a packed schedule, he makes an effort to prioritize you. He might decline other plans or reschedule things just to spend that extra hour with you because he knows that those moments are what build a lasting bond. This shows that he sees your relationship as a priority and values the emotional intimacy that comes from shared, genuine time together, not just the fun or flashy activities. It's a sign that he's in it for the long haul, valuing substance over the superficial. 7. He respects your boundaries and doesn't push you into anything. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he fully respects your boundaries and never pressures you into doing anything you're not comfortable with. Whether it's physical boundaries, emotional limits, or personal preferences, he understands and honors where you draw the line. He never tries to manipulate or coerce you into compromising your values or comfort zone. Instead, he actively listens to your needs and is patient when it comes to respecting your pace. If you express discomfort or hesitation about something, he doesn't push or make you feel guilty. Instead, he reassures you that your feelings are valid and important to him. This respect for your boundaries also extends to your emotional space. He doesn't force conversations or intimate moments if you're not ready. Whether it's about serious topics or lighter matters, he's attuned to your emotional needs and ensures that you're always heard and respected. By doing so, he creates an environment of trust and safety, where you feel secure to express yourself freely. His respect for your boundaries shows that he values you for who you are and not just what you're willing to give. It's a clear sign that he's emotionally invested in your well-being and the health of your relationship. 8. He notices when you're upset, even if you try to hide it. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he's deeply attuned to your emotions, even when you try to hide them. He can pick up on subtle shifts in your mood, body language, or tone of voice. It's not always about what you say, it's how you act, the small cues that indicate when something's wrong. Even if you try to keep a smile on your face or brush off your feelings, he notices. He might sense the tension in your posture or the quietness in your voice. His ability to pick up on these signs is a reflection of how much he genuinely cares about you. He doesn't need you to explicitly say something's wrong because he's learned to read you and he knows when something's off. Instead of ignoring it or letting it slide, he approaches you with care and concern. He'll gently ask if you're okay or if you need to talk about it. His attentiveness shows that he's not just interested in the good moments, but he's also there for you during the tough times. even when you try to mask your true feelings. This level of emotional sensitivity builds trust, making you feel seen and supported, knowing that he's always there when you need him the most. 9. He celebrates your achievements, no matter how small. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he takes genuine joy in your successes, big or small. It's not just the major milestones, like landing a new job or completing a big project, that he celebrates. He's equally excited for the little wins that might seem insignificant to others but mean a lot to you. Maybe you completed a challenging task at work, or you finally learned how to cook a new dish. No matter how small, he recognizes your achievements and makes sure you know how proud he is of you. He celebrates with you, whether it's with a simple compliment, a heartfelt "I'm so proud of you," or even a small gesture like a celebratory dinner or surprise treat. This type of support shows that he's emotionally invested in your growth and happiness. He doesn't see your achievements as something to compete with or undermine. Instead, he sees them as a reflection of your hard work and dedication. His enthusiasm for your success strengthens your bond, making you feel valued and appreciated for everything you do. His ability to celebrate you, even for the little things, shows how deeply he respects you, encourages you, and wants to be part of your journey. It's a sign of a man who is truly emotionally connected and invested in your happiness. 10. He talks about a future with you, including life goals and plans. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he doesn't just live in the present, he envisions a future with you. He talks about the long term, including life goals, plans and dreams that involve both of you. Whether it's discussing where you'd like to live, places you want to travel, or even bigger plans like building a life together, he makes it clear that he sees you in his future. This isn't about vague promises or wishful thinking. It's about concrete plans. He includes you in discussions about his future, making sure you know that you are a central part of his life's vision. He talks about things like marriage, family, or career paths in a way that reflects a desire to grow together. He doesn't just talk about what he wants to do individually, he integrates you into his aspirations. By discussing these things, he's showing you that he's emotionally invested and that he sees your relationship as something with long-term potential. It's a sign that he's not just living in the moment with you, but is planning for a future where you're by his side. This builds trust and a deeper emotional bond as you both share a sense of direction and commitment to each other's happiness and success. 11. He supports you during tough times without expecting anything in return. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he's there for you during the tough times without any expectation of something in return. Whether you're facing challenges at work, struggling with personal issues, or going through a difficult emotional period, he stands by you. His support is unconditional, driven by his genuine care for your well-being. He doesn't try to fix everything right away, or offer advice unless you ask for it. Instead, he listens, offers comfort, and does what he can to ease your burden. It could be a kind word, a warm embrace, or just being there silently, letting you know you're not alone. His presence during tough times becomes a source of strength for you. What makes this support truly meaningful is that it's not transactional. He's not doing it because he expects something from you in return. His motivation comes from a place of love and care. He wants to help you get through the tough times because he values you and your relationship. This kind of selfless support builds trust and deepens the emotional connection, as it shows that he's in this for the long haul, no matter what challenges may come your way. 12. He openly expresses his emotions, even when it's hard for him. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he isn't afraid to express his emotions, even when it's difficult for him. Many men might find it challenging to open up about how they feel, but when he's truly invested in you, he makes the effort to be vulnerable and share what's on his heart. Whether he's feeling sad, frustrated, happy, or even scared, he doesn't shy away from telling you. He might admit when he's going through a tough time, talk about his fears, or express how much he appreciates you. Even if it's uncomfortable, or he struggles with finding the right words, he still makes the effort to be open with you. This kind of emotional transparency shows a deep level of trust and connection. It's not about being perfect or always having the right answers. It's about being real with each other. When he shares his emotions, it not only helps strengthen your bond, but also makes you feel closer to him. It shows that he values the emotional intimacy between you two, and that he's willing to be vulnerable because he trusts you to handle his feelings with care. His ability to express his emotions openly is a clear sign of a man who is emotionally connected and committed to building a deeper, more meaningful relationship. 13. He makes sacrifices to make you happy or comfortable. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he's willing to make sacrifices, big or small, to ensure that you're happy or comfortable. This doesn't always mean grand gestures. It could be as simple as adjusting his schedule, giving up plans with friends, or putting his own needs aside to be there for you when you need him most. For example, he might cancel his own activities just to spend time with you when he knows you're feeling down. Or, if you're stressed, he may go out of his way to lighten your load, offering to help with chores, or simply giving you some much-needed space to recharge. These sacrifices may not always be visible or noticed immediately, but the fact that he prioritizes your happiness over his own shows the depth of his emotional connection. The key here is that his actions come from a place of genuine care. He doesn't expect anything in return for these sacrifices, and he doesn't keep score. His willingness to make these adjustments in his life reflects how much he values you and the relationship. It's a clear sign that he's emotionally invested, and he's willing to put in the effort to make you feel loved, supported, and comfortable, no matter the personal cost. 14. He values emotional intimacy as much as physical affection. When a man is emotionally connected to you, he values emotional intimacy just as much, if not more, than physical affection. While physical closeness is important in any relationship, it's the emotional bond that truly strengthens the connection between two people. He understands that being emotionally vulnerable and open with you is what builds a deep and lasting relationship. He doesn't just seek affection in the form of hugs or kisses. He also craves meaningful conversations, shared moments of understanding, and emotional closeness. He wants to know how you feel, what you think, and what's going on in your heart and mind. He values those quiet, intimate moments where you two connect on a deeper level, sharing your thoughts, dreams, fears, and even the little details of your day. This emotional intimacy allows the relationship to grow beyond physical attraction. It's about creating a safe space where both of you can express your true selves without fear of judgment. When he values emotional intimacy, it shows that he's interested in your heart, your soul, and everything that makes you who you are, not just the physical aspects of the relationship. It's a sign that he's truly committed to deepening your connection and building something meaningful and lasting.